5 goals from Liverpool, 2 goals from Everton. Anytime Liverpool scored, anytime Everton scored, they panned to Marco Silva's face. And what did it look like every single time?
A disappointed father. Like I was getting flashbacks of my childhood. Looking at Marco Silva. Dude.
There was a lot about your childhood in this game. You mentioned...
Oh, we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
We'll say that. No, we'll say it now. So, because they have it all in common.
Yeah.
Marco Silva, the ref. Who's the ref?
The ref is the stepdad.
They all look like angry, grumpy, divorced stepfathers.
They do.
They do. They look super grumpy. All of them.
Especially Marco.
Dude, but Marco, though, Marco's face, the camera would pan to Marco's face. I go, ugh.
Yeah.
Look at him.
It pans to his face, and if you could only put captions above what he was thinking, I'm getting fired tomorrow.
I'm getting fired tomorrow.
He was thinking, like, what am I going to eat for breakfast tomorrow?
Yeah.
A waffle?
Yeah. What gym membership do I still have that I pay for that I don't know?
Right.
What gym membership is still on a credit card?
He ain't going to the gym.
Yeah, he is. He's got nothing to do tomorrow.
He needs to go to a therapist.
To get those opiate prescriptions for the real fake news. But his face, man, it was like they scored, right?
Yeah.
They scored. Still, just stoic.
And they scored when?
Right after we made it 2-0.
Exactly.
Right after we made it 2-0, excuse me.
Exactly. So they scored to make it 2-1, and he just has it upset.
Dude, he didn't
against the champions. You're playing against the champions of Europe. Like, what do you expect?
8 points up in the league. You're playing against the league-leading champions of Europe.
Yeah.
And they score, and you go like this.
Yeah, that's really pushing your players, motivating your players, you know.
He's got the face that, like, Colton had, my son had when he had a dirty diaper. Just get this out. Get this out of me.
Maybe he had a dirty diaper.
Yeah, he probably had a dirty diaper.
Depends. All right, let's get into the goals scored, okay?
Can we keep talking about those line judges, though?
We can. Go ahead.
So, like, line judges and refs, is that like a prerequisite
to be bald?
No, to just look like a bad father.
All right.
That's
well, we got
like.
Mark Dean or Mike Dean. I forget his name.
Is that the guy today?
The ref today.
He was the first. It was his first Premier League appearance or something.
How about Martin Atkinson?
Isn't that a good-looking guy?
No, he's ugly. He hates Liverpool. He's
him.
balding.
He still looks like a dad.
Yeah, he does.
They all look like dads.
They do.
You have to look like a dad to be a ref in the Premier League.
I'm
rule.
trying to think of more who don't look like dads. Michael Oliver. He looks like a young dad.
Can we do this real quick?
Okay.
Premier. I'm just going to write this up real quick. And you guys, we'll talk about the names so you guys can hear it. Premier League refs. Right here. We got a list. Okay.
This is going to be fun. Images.
Okay.
That's Mike Dean right there.
Dad. Who's this?
That's Mike Dean.
Who's this guy?
I don't know his name.
Dad.
Michael Oliver.
Dad.
Really?
Like a young dad.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, like
I just said Michael Oliver.
Like the football fit dad.
He's got a couple toddlers running around.
You know him?
That's Atkinson.
Dad. Them?
I don't know his name.
Machwi? Machwi? Dad. Who's him?
Michael Dean again.
They all look like dads.
Google Images ain't working out for us, huh? It just shows the same thing.
They all look like Stuart Atwell, dad. Peter Banks, dad. David Coote, dad.
You're not even looking at the picture.
Yes, I am. They all look like dads. Mark Clattenburg, look at him and tell me he doesn't remind you of your father.
But does he even ref for the Premier League anymore? I'm not so sure, but he looks like a father.
They all look like dads, dude.
Yeah.
Stuart Atwell, dad. They're all dads.
All right.
Back to the podcast.
All right. Back to the podcast.